Hey Divination, thank you for joining us in this special live stream where I will be showing you how to add label dot navigation to Elegant Themes 10-year anniversary timeline layout, which came out for Elegant Themes 10-year anniversary. And along with this anniversary comes a huge deal. So you get 20% off. This is a last chance because there are only a few hours left to grab 20% off on your new account if you're not a member yet, or if you want to renew your account or upgrade it, or if your account has expired. So I've put a link in the description below. Go ahead and grab the deal. It is double the amount you usually get, and it will only last a few hours until you can grab that deal. So without any further ado, let's get to it. All right, so if you want to grab the deal, go to the first link in the description below, and over here you can see that you get 20% off on your membership, whether you are upgrading, becoming a new member, or renewing your account, which could be your expired account as well. You simply go to this page over here, which I've mentioned in the description below, and the timeline layout is part of the 10-year journey. And on this page, Elegant Themes has shared their journey using this layout. That is a timeline. It goes from 2008. It tells the entire story of Elegant Themes, and it goes up to 2018. And if you scroll down, you will also be able to get your 20% off on this page for new users, existing users, or expired accounts. And if you scroll down just a little bit more, over here you can share your story, what your experiences have been with Divi. So you can just leave a comment here for our 10-year anniversary. And if you scroll down just a little bit further, you can download this layout pack for free. So this includes this entire page with all of the timeline items, such as the years over here, which are portrayed in a very beautiful and elegant way. And you can modify everything according to your own needs. So you can use this for a company timeline, or you can use this for any other kind of timeline you want. And within this live stream, we're going to show you how to achieve the following label dot navigation on this page as well. So once you scroll past 2008, you'll see that people will be able to see where they are located on that page according to the year. Of course, you could change this label into anything else you want. So you can use this for any kind of page you want, but it matches with the timeline layout pack really well because it's sort of a long page, and that way people can follow where they are on the page. And if you click on one, for instance, it will redirect you to a certain year, and just people will be able to follow everything along, and it just looks really great. You can reuse this for your own website for this timeline layout or any other kind of layout. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is download the layout. So again, go to that 10 years page, scroll down. I've mentioned the link in the description below, and I've also mentioned a link to the blog post where you can follow everything written down. So go ahead and click on this over here, download this layout pack for free, and you'll get a zipped file which you'll have to unzip. Then go to your WordPress website. Over here, go to Divi library. And this timeline layout is only available until this deal ends. So if you want to lay your hands on it, make sure that you go and get it. It's for free. So now is the time to get that one because it's beautiful to showcase any timeline that you want, and especially if you want to show the timeline of your company. And then click on import and export over here. Go to import and choose the JSON file and click on import Divi builder layouts. And I've done that already. So the next thing I'm going to do is create a new page. And of course, I'm going to give my page a title. All right. And I'm going to enable the Divi Builder. And before I switch over to Visual Builder, or before I publish my page, I'm going to enable dot navigation within the Divi page settings. And then I'm going to publish this page before I switch over to Visual Builder. So if you're just joining us, we're showing you how to add a labeled dot navigation to the new timeline layout, which is only available during this deal of 20% off, which is double the amount you usually get. So go ahead and click on the link in the description below, grab the deal, and download the layout for free. So now I'll just switch over to Visual Builder. And I'm going to upload the timeline layout, which is located within my Divi library, by clicking on the following icon, going to the plus icon, going to my saved layouts, and selecting the timeline layout. All right, so this is what it looks like as a template. So this was filled in with Elegant Themes 10-year journey, but you can modify the layout according to your own needs. And over here you can see the dot navigation, which is not labeled at the moment. It's just a dot navigation, but we're about to change that. But first we'll have to do something else. And to do that, I'm going to change all of the years over here from 2008 to 2018, just so you can follow along this layout when I'm making changes. So I'm just going to do that for each year. And this is the last one. And as you can notice, there are a ton of sections included within this layout, and we want each one of the labeled dots to navigate to a certain year, so not to the other sections. And to make that happen, the first thing we will need to do is place each and every year at the beginning of a section. So if I look over here, so this is the third section over here. The year 2008 is not at the beginning of this section, so I will need to create a new section to place this introduction over here, so that I'll be able to have a new section for the year 2008. So I'm just going to add another section over here. I'm not going to add any new row. I'm just simply going to move this row to this new section. So now I have a new section for the year 2008. So at the beginning of the section, we have the part of the timeline, and I'm going to do the same thing for the year 2008. As you can see, these 2 years are located within the same section, but this dot navigation uses the number of sections that you are using on your page to navigate through them. So it's important that we have a separate dot for each one of the years, and I'm simply going to add a new section over here. and place 2011. So now I have a separate section for 2010 and 2011, and the other ones are already in place for this dot navigation, so each one of them has their own section. So we're basically done modifying this according to the dot navigation, but of course you'll have to modify all of the content that's present over here to match with whatever you are trying to show on your timeline. All right, so the next thing we're going to do, so we're going to use CSS to make this dot navigation turn into a labeled dot navigation, and I'm immediately going to add the CSS, and afterwards I'll explain what it does. So to add the CSS code, simply click on this settings icon over here, go to the advanced tab, open the custom CSS option over here, and just paste your code. And as you can see, it has been changed into the years. And before I am going to elaborate the CSS code, I'll just show you that it works. So we've only included the dots that are actually linked to a certain year, because we have several sections over here, and we've excluded those sections because it's not necessary to have them within this dot navigation if we're just aiming to share the content that's related to the timeline. So let's open the settings of my page again, and I'm just going to elaborate a part of this CSS code. So over here you can see that I have assigned a year to some of the items within the dot navigation, and for that I'm looking at the last number over here. So the first section that I want to show within my dot navigation is number 3. And if you want to know which ones you want to include and which ones you don't, you'll simply have to go through all your sections and see which are relevant to it and which are not. So over here, you just simply start counting. This is section number 0. So you start from 0, not from 1, and you decide whether you want to include section 0. You write it down somewhere so you can keep it and afterwards modify it within the CSS code. I've mentioned everything within the blog post as well, which you can go to by clicking on the link in the description below. And if you're just joining us, we're showing you how to add labeled dot navigation to the timeline layout that you can get for Elegant Themes 10-year anniversary. It's for free, so go ahead and download that. And while you're there, Elegant Themes is also offering 20% off for this anniversary, and there are only a few hours left, so make sure that you grab the deal. If you're not a member yet, you can create an account with that discount. You can upgrade your current account, or you can renew it, or if you're an expired user, you can also renew your account using this discount. So go ahead and check that out. I've put a link in the description below. So as I was saying, you start counting for your section. So if you want to use this for another kind of page with a different number of sections, you will have to go through this procedure. But for this particular layout, I've mentioned the CSS code within the blog post, and that matches the structure after going through adding new sections for each one of the years. So this is the first section, but this is within the CSS code, actually section number 0. And then we have this second section over here. It's a small section that we've used for an image, and we don't want to assign any dot to that either. So this is section number 1. Section number 2 over here will not be needed to be included within the dot navigation either, so we're going to exclude that one as well. And if we go to section number 3 over here, we will need this within our dot navigation, as you can see within the CSS code as well. So this is the third, so I've actually assigned content to this dot, and it's 2008 according to what kind of year that you're sharing within that particular section. You will have to modify the content and just make sure that is the right section. So I've done that for each one of them. As you can see, section number 4 over here needs to be included as well, and I've assigned a different content to it. Section number 5 as well. number 6 as well, number 7 as well, number 8 as well, and then you can see that we skip a few until we go to section number 11, which is for the year 2014 using Elegant Themes timeline. Section number 14 as well for 2015. So you'll have to count each and every section and see which one you want to include. You get the point. And for the ones that you don't want to include, you'll actually have to hide them within your dot navigation. So once you've written down which ones you want to hide, you will need to modify this code over here according to the number of the section that you want to hide within the dot navigation, and then you just use these CSS code lines. And then we have these other CSS code lines that just help you design it. So you'll have to modify it if you want to use another length of content, or if you want to make them look differently, you can all modify that over here. And there's also some comments that will help you navigate through this CSS code and see what you can change where. All right, that was all for this live stream. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And this is the last chance for you to grab the deal, 20% off, just a few hours left. You can use this discount if you're not a member yet, if you're an existing member who wants to upgrade their account or renew their account, or if your account has expired, you can use this discount. I've mentioned the link in the description below. There are only a few hours left, so go ahead and grab that deal. And while you're there, download this awesome timeline layout for free, and you can use the label dot navigation along with it. Thanks for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you in our next video.